Get into your chair, go ahead and sit back. Let your legs relax out in front of you, palms face upward. Close your eyes whenever you're ready and begin with some deep, long, slow breaths. So right away, here and now, just drawing right then, as soon as you close your eyes and start to breathe deep, draw your awareness inward. Throughout most of our day, as soon as we open our eyes in the morning, there's lots of movement outward, right? Lots of engagement, lots of thinking, but then lots of doing and exchanging with all of those things around us. So in yoga, we call it pratyahara. That is the withdrawal of the senses. So what we mean by that is becoming more internal, referenced. And of course, what helps to do that is to close the eyes, to stop the movement, and to slowly start to create less information coming in through each of the sensory gateways. So of course, we're going to keep smelling and breathing, we'll keep hearing. But even that's why in yoga, you try to give some instructions, of course, to provide guidance, but then don't talk too much. Because then that sensory gateway of sound, of hearing, becomes very distracted and pulls us away from that inner focus. So let's draw that inner focus now into our hearts, into our breath. And right there, creating a wonderful clearing, a detachment. We'll plug back in when we're done. Of course, we'll re-engage. But for now, we get to set all that aside. Utilizing the deep belly breaths here, so feeling the belly moving up and down, even placing a hand if you'd like to make sure that the movement is way low. Feeling the bottom of the lungs and slowly releasing. And now a very gentle pranayama, that's the breathing exercises. Take a deep breath in. And then at the top of that inhale, retain your breath for 3 seconds. And then exhale slowly out to the count of 5. And then retain the breath out for 3 seconds. And now inhale to 5. Retain for 3. Exhale for 5. And continue on like this over and over, enjoying those cycles of breath as they move through you. And now letting the breath flow freely and naturally as you extend your legs out in front of you, arms overhead, full body extension, lean it back a little bit, stretch, stretch, stretch to the right side, stretch, stretch, stretch to the left side, and just kind of go back and forth a couple times. You can let a leg down, to bring a tilt into the upper body, kind of that C shape, feeling that stretch all the way across, from the pinky toe to the pinky finger. Slippery pants on. They kind of sit me right down the chair here. So coming to the front of your chair, shoulder rolls up towards the shoulders, up to the ears with the shoulders back and down. And let's make some nice big circles like this, nice and slow. Especially if this is the first movement that you've done this morning, just kind of coming in subtly. That's why we start with the breath and just kind of, build a nice foundation of awareness. As you all remember, I'm sure, because I repeat it all the time, is that this class is not so much about these movements. Yes, they're building flexibility and strength and lubricating our joints and lots of wonderful things, but really it's about the mindfulness. And then one more time, shoulders towards the face, the ears, and then back and down, and hold in that back and down position. That will turn the forearms, turn the forearm upward, palms upward, and just place your hands down on your thighs for one moment here. Close your eyes. Nice tall spine. You'll notice as you sit up, just pull that lower rib cage in, tilt the pelvis slightly so that the spine is nice and long and flat, the back is not bowed. And now we'll do the 6 directions of the spine, bringing the feet together. I like to come up on the tiptoes when I'm hovering or kind of arching over. So first inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone under like a hollowing cat, round it in. And then inhale, cow, open it up. You can leave your hands on your thighs or hold onto the chair for some extra support, and continue like this. Moving with each breath, long and mindful breaths. 2 more. And then release into the center. Again, checking your posture, just making sure your spine is nice and long and strong. And then hands down to the sides, arms out and up, gazing up with the hands. And then tilt, exhale. Now you can keep your hands together. I just have them kind of palms together, thumbs crossed. You can do that. Or make steeple mudra, putting the index finger only up and crossing the thumbs over, a little bit tighter grip. And then you can draw the palms together so that the biceps come real close to the ears. Exactly. Inhale, exhale, tilt. Keeping the sit bones grounded. Inhale. And back into the center. And now let's go a little deeper, dropping that lower hand and arch more over to that side. Palms up, gaze up, exhale, tilt. Palms up, gaze up, exhale, tilt. Carry on like this. Just flow with the movement of your breath. Then one more. And hands to heart, slowly coming down. Center yourself. One more time, palms facing downward, straighten your spine. Moving inward and just checking in with the body. And now we'll twist, inhale, lengthen. First twist, let's hold it for a moment. So exhale, turning toward the left side, drawing the feet and the knees together. You can place a hand there on the front of the knees just to make sure they stay on that flat plane. And then once you can kind of ground your lower body and make sure it doesn't move, press the legs together, the thighs together. That will help create that foundation. Then you can press into your right hand and open the twist up a little bit. You can always reach the right or the left arm out behind you. See if you can lift and lengthen the crown of the head toward the ceiling and then twist into it a little deeper. And then reverse it. Inhale, lengthen first. Exhale, just a gentle kind of turn to the side, to the right side. And then inhale, lengthen, squeeze the legs together. And now you can go a little deeper, extending the arm if you'd like. And now releasing into the center, and we'll flow with a few breaths. Inhale and exhale, gazing back toward the hand. It's nice to kind of bring the twist all the way up. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale, and one last time, other side. And relax it into the center. And now let's hold that twist one more time, but let's cross over the left, so bringing up the left leg, cross it over, and then turn toward the left. And so you can just take this whole thing a little deeper now. You can reach the arm out behind you or over the chair behind you, meaning, but also you can deepen this by placing the hand right down by the tailbone, just kind of at the base of the chair there. Push into the hand a little bit, lift the twist up, and you'll see how that will help you to kind of lengthen, elongate, and twist deeper. And now other side. Spinal twists are so good to do in the morning. I know it seems very simple and like we're just twisting, but there is a great detoxification happening in the body. Go ahead and twist into it as I talk, as we're kind of wringing out all the toxins that kind of stick within us, kind of become stagnant within the body. Now we're working that out. You can put that hand down by the tailbone and then press into the hand to lift the spine. Deepen a little more. Good. Excuse me. Coming back into the center, shift towards the front of your chair. Spread your knees wide, feet wide. Let's just make a little work here into the ankles. So we're going to have our feet flat and then just come up onto the tiptoes. It's a little hard to see me here. A little up onto the tiptoes, there we go, and then back down. So just a few times, just kind of working the ankles. And when we come back down, you can pick up the toes, you see? And so lift up to the tippy toes like a ballerina, and then flatten the foot, bring the toes up, and just kind of come up onto the heels. There we go. So just working into the feet, creating some movement in that direction that we don't often work our ankles. And now just bringing the legs back in together, stretch the legs out in front of you and point and flex, similar to what we were just doing, a little different angle. And now nice big circles. So imagine there's paintbrushes on the tips of your toes and you're just making some nice big circles. Good. Cricks and cracks are good. Releasing stagnation, letting everything flow a little bit more easily, opening the channels. Oh yeah, there's some cricks and cracks down there. And then again, flexing and pointing, get the toes involved this time. So squish those toes around like little fists. And then as we come up, see if you can spread your toes, spread your little monkey toes, see them? Let's bring our hands out and do that too. So then spreading the fingers or stretching the fingers and then squeeze them into fists. Same with the toes, make little foot fists, and then open them up, flex them, stretch the fingers and toes all apart. There we go. And then squeeze them all together. See, hand and foot yoga. And then open it all up. Good, and then wiggle them around. Get some movement in all those joints. Nice, and now bringing the feet down, opening them up once again, nice and wide, forward fold. So just flat back, halfway down at first, using the hands to support you, and just kind of create that sensation first of a very flat spine, like a tabletop. And then go ahead and bring your hands down onto the ground to whatever degree is comfortable. And then when you're ready, after you hear a moment, so you kind of work it into the hips first, right? And then after a moment, let the upper body relax forward and you'll go even deeper into the hips now. Let the weight of the head relax forward, kind of helping you drop into this pose. The hands are barely touching, just lightly touching the ground, no pressing or pushing there needed. And you're really just feeling a deep opening in the hip flexors now. And then walking your hands towards your left foot. Hug the left leg toward you and see if you can hook. I don't know if you can see me very well down here. See if you can hook. I'll show you what I'm doing upwards. It's a little funny, but this is down there. What's happening is the arm is coming on the inside of the leg. See, so you're kind of moving your head towards going under that leg. So you're probably not getting there at this point, especially in, just kind of starting warming up, but that's the direction. So you're kind of getting your left shoulder under your left leg. You kind of hook it around and draw your body close to your leg. And you'll feel that deepening of the hip stretch. And then walk your hands over to the other side, same thing. At first, you kind of just hold on to the leg for a moment, hold on to the ankle, and then you can kind of deepen, get your shoulder underneath, get your upper arm underneath, and kind of hook it there. Hopefully this is making sense to you. Drawing your forehead towards your ankle. Use your arms for support to draw you in a little closer. And then release, coming into the center. And let's just come up onto the fingertips. So the fingertips are down. Let me back myself up a little bit so you can see a little more. So the fingertips are placed down. Inhale, lengthen, feet are flat on the ground. So fingertips only touching. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, let the upper body relax down. The palms touch down on the ground. So now you have a nice stretch wrist. I'm just going to tilt here a little bit so you can see me better. So here we go. Inhale, tips of the fingers. Exhale, palms go down. That stretches all across the forearms. And then the wrists just kind of press into the ground. So this is a wrist stretch mostly. It's almost like you're kind of going to do a handstand here, right? So inhale, bringing the head up. Fingertips are touching only, and then exhale, push your weight downward and feel that deep stretch in the wrist. One more time, inhale, exhale, press down. You can walk your hands a little closer to your chair if you're not feeling much right here in the wrists, then just walk them closer, deepen that angle, and you'll definitely feel it. So good if you type a lot at a computer. So now inhale, come up on the fingertips, reverse it, kind of the gorilla hands, they call it. So the backs of the hands are facing downward or pressing downward, and you're stretching the wrists the opposite direction. And now up on the fingertips one more time, and then stretch it down. And one more time, inhale, now press the heels of the palms down once again, but now we're gonna walk our hands outward. So point the fingertips towards the feet. So again, we're just getting a different stretch, different angle here with the wrist, pressing forward to get a little weight into the upper body and into the arms. Again, similar to like a handstand, right? Modified. And then turn the hands a little more so the fingertips point towards your heels, and then turn the fingertips a little more so the fingertips point towards your chair. Just kind of getting that nice full rotation. Walk your hands back slowly. Like little feet. And then one more time, inhale, lengthen up on the fingertips. And now exhale, relax, bend the elbows, upper body relaxes all the way forward. Let all your weight hang, single. And then slowly, slowly, vertebra, one vertebra at a time, rolling up. You can use your hands for support if needed. Draw the legs in together. All right. So I'll just stay here so you can kind of see where we're heading. We're just going to do our sun salutations, but stopping here and there to modify. So inhale, arms out to the sides and up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. So you know where we're kind of heading here. Hands to feet. Upper body relaxes. Inhale, halfway up, hands on the shins. Inhale and lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck, shoulders away from ears, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, the right knee comes towards the chest. So let's take a moment here, actually, a few moments, few breaths. So the right knee comes towards the chest, hug it in nice and tight. So this is great for digestion, it's starting to really stimulate the internal organs and the intestines. So just draw the knee in towards the chest, even stronger. Feel it kind of pressing into your belly. Use your arms for strength also. Just kind of feel that engagement of the upper body here. And now we're going to extend the right leg out in front of us, interlace the fingers behind the leg, and just enjoy that leg extension, starting to work the posture a little taller. Now you're starting to feel the core strength needed to hold the leg up there. And if you'd like, you can release the arms out and forward. So at this point, you might want to tilt your upper body back a bit. So now we're in boat pose, known well in yoga, so that we're working the core, working the abdomen. See if you can lift that right leg up a little bit higher. If you really want to go for it, you can bring the other leg up too, but I'm good here. I feel a nice engagement that also can maintain the strength of the pose. Lift that leg up a little higher, flex the foot, and then relax it down. Fingertips to the floor, excuse me. And now other knee, draw it in. Left knee squeezes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a few breaths. I kind of like to wiggle the leg around so that it'll massage those internal organs even better. And then when you're ready, extending the left leg out in front of you, interlacing behind the legs, sit up nice and tall here. So the arms are nice, straight, long. The spine is long, foot is flexed. And now if you'd like, you can release from behind the leg, tilt your upper body slightly, just a couple inches, keeping that front foot flexed, and work into the core a bit. Mostly it's quadricep muscle that's helping this pose to be supported, but also the core a little bit. See if you can draw that left leg up a little higher. Flex the foot and relax it down, fingers towards the feet again. And now inhale, halfway up, you're bringing your hands onto your knees for a cobra pose. Elbows come in closely, neck is long. Little snake tongue there for the cobra. And then exhale, release it down. Inhale to arms out to the sides, all the way up. Palms up, gaze up. Exhale, palms to heart, hands to heart. And let's do that again. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, palms on the shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold. The right knee comes in towards your chest. Hug it in, hug it in. And now extend the right leg out again. And now let's extend the arms rather than in front of us. Let's go to the sides, tilt back slightly. I'm gonna tilt a little more. So I slid my hips forward. You might want to do that too. And open up. So this is your like a V boat pose, but then opening up the chest. Lift the heart, lift the leg. And now draw inward, draw the knee in toward the chest. Exhale, try to touch your nose to your knee and then open it up. Inhale, let's flow, exhale. Inhale, open. Really pop open the chest and spread the wings so you can take a deep breath. Exhale, inhale, lean it back, exhale. Inhale, open, exhale. One more. Hold it, and then exhale, hands to feet, down to the ground. Good. And other side, knee into chest. Hold it for a moment here. Just kind of situate yourself in your chair. Pardon me. And then upper body tilt slightly back. Extend the leg out in front of you. You can, of course, continue holding here behind your leg, interlace your fingers, or stretch your arms out. Lean back, chin up, exhale, squeeze it in. Nose touches knee or gets close to it. Flow with your breath. Flex the foot. Two more. One more. And exhale, squeeze it all in and release it down. Hands to feet. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine, cobra again. Hold here for an extra breath. This time, inhale, coming up a little higher for up dog. So you're feeling that nice C shape in your back. I turn to the side so you could just kind of see how I'm doing this here. Exhale, let's just lay our chest onto our thighs, relax your fingers. And then inhale again, chest up, creating that nice curve. And exhale. And one more time, creating that beautiful curve in the upper back. It's not always the easiest. So it's good to give the body a chance to have this stretch backward at the upper back. And relax it down, hands to feet. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up. And hands to heart. Let's just take a moment here. Bring your hands down onto your thighs, close your eyes, tuck your tailbone slightly to make sure your spine is long, and just take an extra breath here. All right, so now we are going to go into triangle pose, one of my favorites. I know we've done this a few times, but I will guide you. Again, as always, any of these poses, if you know them well or you're ready to just go into them, then feel free. This is your practice. I'm just here to guide. So in front of the chair, I did push the chair back a little bit to create a bit more space. Just kind of with your, always so tricky, right? Because you can't see my feet and my head at the same time. I need a bigger yoga studio. So you're down here with the feet that are intersecting. So it's that whole arch position that we've talked about. So the hips are facing the computer, just facing straight in front of you. The back foot, so I'll just, kind of guide you like I'm mirroring you. So the left foot is in front of the chair. The right foot is, the feet are open, spread, but the right foot is parallel, and then it's perpendicular, so you're intersecting with the heel of your left foot into the right arch. Hopefully that all made sense. It's not always the easiest to explain some of these things when you're mirroring and when your head is chopped off. So arms out to the sides and up. The most important thing is that your feet are kind of like an arrow. They're wider than hip distance apart. The arms are out to the side. So now you're going to shift forward. So you're just shifting with the right hip. You're kind of pressing it out to the side. Left arm reaches, 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 and then eventually places down onto the chair. And then the right arm toward the ceiling. And then you're gazing up. So hopefully this is making sense to where you're feeling this lovely triangle pose. It's kind of that lunge position, and then pressing into the lower arm so that you can open the chest and even kind of shine the chest upward if possible, feeling that nice opening in the inner thighs and opening over the right hip. And then if you'd like, you can make a few adjustments here, see if you can kind of deepen into the pose. Open again the chest. And now we're going to reverse the triangle. First, you're coming across like with airplane wings, facing the chest downward first. So just kind of get that flat back, kind of like a bird over that left leg. So first adjust and make sure that you're feeling grounded here. And now you're going to twist, bring the right hand down, left arm up. So you can bring it onto your foot or onto the chair for some support and assistance. You want to keep your hips on that one flat plane, so you don't want to do too much twisting there. The twisting is really the upper body. And then reverse it and come the other direction. So that was our revolved triangle, and now regular triangle. Good, and on your next inhale, press into your feet and come up into the T with the upper body. Relax the right arm down and left arm up, reverse the triangle. You're gazing towards your upper hand. And now exhale, fluid-like, coming down into the regular triangle. And exhale, inhale, T, exhale, reverse. Inhale, T, exhale, down. And flow, inhale, T, exhale, reverse. Inhale, and up. Reverse. And down. One more time. Reverse. And down. Good. And now inhale into the T, but exhale, hands onto your hips, and then stepping your feet back together again. Just holding here in the center. First, let's just balance pose, Tadasana. So you're standing up nice and tall, feet balanced, parallel. When I say balanced, just feel your weight through all four corners of the feet. Turn the palms forward slightly and just stand for one moment, nice and grounded, rooted like a mountain. And now other side. We will step over to the chair, other side with the right foot forward. So just setting up this whole posture as we just were, now that you know where we are going, or kind of the direction, the intention of this movement. I'm going to open this up a little bit. You can have some space. You know the direction of the movement now will be able to flow. So first, just inhale, lengthen, tee the arms out. Make sure that the feet are set up straight where the arch of the right foot is intersecting or the heel of the right foot rather is intersecting the arch of the left. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, tilt, tilt, tilt. First, just kind of start your posture off like that so the body starts to know where we're heading. The right hand places down on the chair, left arm up, and gazing up. So right here is where you can kind of make those adjustments to find your height, your chair, the length of your feet should be apart, etc. Once you find that comfortable position, just hold into it for a moment, breathe deeply. See if you can turn the upper arm, kind of drop it back and turn the chest open. Good, you're feeling that opening all across the hip here. Feet are grounded, all four corners pressing. And now let's inhale, come up into the T, and then exhale, reverse it. And then inhale to the T, exhale down. Inhale T, exhale, reverse it. Inhale T, and down. Inhale, reverse. Inhale, and down. One more. Reverse. And down. Holding here for a moment, again, turning the upper body up. On your next inhale, coming all the way up. Now we'll reverse it. We did that first on the other side, but it's okay. We will touch all the points here. So now we turned towards the side wall, right? Use your airplane arms to be out to the sides. You'll notice that the back foot might need to rotate the toes in slightly. That's fine. And then inhale, inhale, inhale forward. Nice flat back. And then the left hand can come either down onto the foot or onto the chair and bring that twist into the upper body only. So making sure that the hips are staying balanced and the upper body twists. Few breaths. And then release that. Open it up again. Standard triangle pose. And on your next inhale, lifting all the way, arms are teed. And then release the hands onto the hips, back into the center. Tadasana. So just soften the knees a little bit. And then palm facing forward. Feel that strong mountain pose. And since we're standing, let's enjoy a forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up, gaze up. Exhale, arms out to the sides and slowly let the upper body relax forward. Bend forward, soften the knees slightly and just release it all down. You can reach up and hold onto opposite elbows if you like. See if you can inhale, lengthen the backs of the legs. And then exhale, feel that energy pouring over, drawing you forward. Upper body relaxes down a little further towards the ground. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen up the backs of the legs. Straighten the legs just a little bit and then exhale, soften in. Forward folds are great to hold for a while because the body will really release and allow for this to go deeper. Let it all hang. All of this fresh oxygen that we've been pumping into our body is now feeding our brain. So give it a moment. And then releasing your elbows if you were holding them. See if you can, if you're down here far enough, you can walk onto your hands. So the palms are facing upward. I have a dog in the way, so it's not helpful. So my palms are facing upward. I walked right onto my hands. Call it gorilla pose. And you can shift some of your weight forward so your toes are pressing into the heels of your palms. And then exhale, bend your elbows and see if you can sink a little deeper. And then slowly walking off your hands. And then ragdoll, just upper body hangs. Slowly, slowly, strong legs bring you up. Good. Once you reach the top, roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. One more big circle there. And then making your way into your final relaxation, into your meditation position. So whatever posture you'd like to relax for 5 or so minutes in, get yourself set up now. You do find yourself into that comfortable position. Give yourself first a really tight, tight, tight hug. Squeeze everything in. So whether you're sitting on a chair, you're laying on the ground, you're chilling on your couch, just give it squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull it all in. And then release it out with an exhale. Once you found your way into that position of stillness, enjoy 3 huge deep breaths. The biggest breath that you can possibly take, filling your lungs to their fullest capacity. And after those 3 breaths, then just let everything flow naturally. Move freely. There's nothing to do and there's nowhere to go. We'll just be here for a few minutes. Letting go of the practice, letting go of the thoughts, letting go of what comes after. Just be here now. If the mind is distracted and runs off track, just bring it back to the breath. Use the breath as an anchor to ground you. Let it all go. Let the breath go. Let every muscle that's holding in your body go. Just rest. Relaxing your legs, your hips, your torso. Relax. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms, neck and head. Relax. Everything just melts, softens. Relax. Staying connected to your breath. Let all the other thoughts fade away. Of course, they'll come back in, they'll come creeping in. And just connect even more of your attention onto your breath. And the thoughts will fade away. They have to. We can only think one thought at a time, actually. Let that thought be on that gentle movement in and out and nothing else. Just rest. Slowly begin to deepen your breath once again while your body stays still. Just bringing a little attention back in. And while you're still, your eyes are closed, I'll ask for a little message in our book about gratitude. So let's see what we can be inspired by today. Interesting, that was the same one as last time. So rather than being repetitive, let's find another message. I guess that one really wanted to come through. Okay. When we trust our creativity, we encounter a supreme kind of enjoyment and amazement at the natural unfolding of life beyond our ordinary way of looking at things. I'll read it again. When we trust our creativity, we encounter a supreme kind of enjoyment and amazement at the natural unfolding of life beyond our ordinary way of looking at things. Accessing creativity by a Rinpoche. Can't pronounce it exactly. Kongtrul Rinpoche. What is revealed when I am creative? That's the question. So before we open our eyes and engage in the day again, let's just ask ourselves, what is revealed when I am creative? And do you feel creative? Do you feel creative now? And if this is something that you'd like to cultivate a little more of, knowing that this mindful practice, these mindful practices, are a perfect way to open that portal, to work that muscle, so to speak, to get the body mind to open up a little bit, to think outside the box and access more creativity. So again, it might seem as if we're just moving around a chair and doing all these kind of funny twists and turns, but really there is so much more happening to our subtle body. So how can you access your creativity today, or where do you want to access a little more creativity? In what project or experience or relationship in your life? Where might you want to direct some more creativity? And holding that intention in our heart, oftentimes, just bringing awareness to something will help us more than we realize. It will help kind of shine a light on that area of our lives, therefore helping to create a little more attention, a little more magnetism, vitality. So sealing that thought, sealing our meditation and practice this morning together with an Om, if you'd like to bring your palms to your heart center. And we'll take one breath and Om together. Om. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Namaste, friends. Thank you for practicing today, or whenever it is that you're watching this. It's still today, so it will still apply. And I hope you enjoyed it. And may your day be filled with even more creative juices than you had going into it. Now you get to utilize, to harness that kind of awakening that we've made just by thinking about it into some of your creative projects, or even a challenge that you're having in your life, something that you're feeling stuck with or stuck around or kind of defeated by. See if you can bring some creative opportunity to it. See what other ideas, what other messages could come through for you today with that. So take good care, lots of love, and we'll see you next week. Namaste. Namaste, Toby. Bye, everyone.